Hello designers! This is the first video on creating an artwork in Photoshop for the project called Field of. This is your project description with the grading rubric. It's called Field of. Our objective for this project is to use transform in Photoshop and practice arranging layers in Photoshop to make a field of something repeated over and over, and it's going to get smaller in the distance and overlap other objects behind it. Your first step is to choose an object and repeat it over and over. A field of what? You're going to search for the image in Google, followed by the word PNG. This will get you an image with no background. It will look like a gray checkerboard. So think about what your field of is going to be. We're going to repeat it over and over. Here's an example of a field of cows. We've got a bunch of them. They get farther and farther back into the distance. You could do a field of flowers that goes farther and farther back into the distance. Maybe a field of droids that go on back. Or, I'm going to show you in my next video, a field of trees, otherwise known as a forest. Go ahead and pick something that you want to repeat over and over. It's going to be the same thing. It can't be a bunch of different stuff for this project. It's got to be one thing, and write it in right here. And now let's search for the image. Go to a new tab, and you're going to search for, I'm going to search for tree. And then here it's popping up PNG because I just did that before I filmed. You need to type that in. You need to type in PNG. It's like a JPEG, but it has no background. I'm going to click enter. I'm going to click images. And I don't want any teeny tiny images, so I'm going to go to tools, size, medium. Okay, so I have my object tree, maybe yours is cat, droid, cow, and PNG. I'm going to click on my first thing here, and I'm looking for a checkerboard background. I don't see one here, I just see a white background. So I'm going to try my next one. Aha, there's that checkerboard background that I need. That tells me that this image has no background, so that when I right click, copy image, I can paste it easily into Photoshop. Edit, paste. But don't do that yet. You are not allowed to move on to the next video on how to create your field of until you fill out this part of your paper, show it to Miss Brown, and then you can do number 2. You can search for your image. Okay? For the tutorial on how to get started making your work, watch the next video.